talking about the compound effect.
The compound effect can either be positive or negative. Hey there! Welcome to my little corner of the internet. If you're new here, my name is Carol the author, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for tuning in back again. Today I am going to be talking about something that I feel is quite important for each and every one of us, the compound effect. Now, what is the compound effect? It's basically a principle that emphasizes the impacts that small changes can have over time. Now, I was drawn to talk about this because at the beginning of the year, we set goals. At the beginning of the month, we set goals. And even the beginning of a new week marks, us setting new weekly goals. We do our weekly resets. But we can only achieve these goals if our daily habits are in tandem, if they are aligned with the goal. We have to feed into the goal for us to see it manifesting, for us to see it come to life. Say you want to start going to the gym because you want to lose weight. The first 2 weeks are probably going to be painful because, well, change is uncomfortable. It means you have to adjust the time that you're going to wake up. Your morning routine is going to shift. That is if you plan on going to the gym in the morning. For the first 2 weeks, all you're going to be feeling is pain. Your body is going to hurt because all the things that you're doing are foreign to it. You probably even get a headache because you are changing your sleeping patterns as well, like the time that you go to bed and the time that you wake up. So fast forward to maybe 2 months in, you manage to stick to the routine of going to the gym in the morning. You may probably lose a kg, right? Like only a kg, and maybe you want to lose about 10 kgs. And then you don't give up. Okay, you don't give up. You continue going to the gym because the long-term goal is to lose weight, and you know very well that whatever you are going to do daily matters. And so you stick on you continue going to the gym. A year later, you get on the scale, or you put on that dress that you've always wanted to wear, and there you are. You've dropped 10 kgs. 10 kgs don't just drop in a day or in a month, but the consistency that you show yields the results that you desire. Okay, so it is important for us to practice this daily habit. If you want a big impact, it is important that you practice these daily rituals and set a weekly rhythm. Because change does not come in a day, ladies and gentlemen. It takes time. And they say that we reap what we sow. So what is it that you're sowing daily? What is it that you are doing daily? You need to step back and take a look, and say, is what I'm doing in line with what I want to achieve? Are my actions in line with where I see myself in 5 years? If I'm to look back 10 years from now, am I going to be proud of the things that I'm doing on a daily basis? And you see, small changes, when done consistently, will have a greater permanent impact rather than doing a big move that can only yield temporary results. So the compound effect is real. Just imagine that you save $1 a day. I don't know what you'd be saving for. It could be emergency funds, it could be for a car, a house, whatever you're saving for. If you save $1 a day, or even 50 cents a day, in the next 2 years or after a year, that money is going to compound, and that money is going to be a lot, right? So imagine waiting for the day that you're going to, where someone is going to come and give you $50, or waiting for the day when you're finally going to get the job that's going to give you more money. You just start with what you have, right? If you can save 50 cents a day, eventually you're going to have that $50 that you want to have and use it for whatever you want to use it for. Now, the interesting thing is that our mind cannot differentiate from right and wrong. So, if we train our mind to wake up early, we train our mind to do the things that we know are good for us. Our mind will eventually get used to that, and it will become easy for you to do whatever it is that you have to do. On the other hand, if you wake up late and you're always sitting around, you are not even active in your own life, you are passive, you know, participant in your own life, your mind cannot tell that that's wrong. However, it gets used to that, and so you never get any motivation or any will to do things differently because the mind is used to that. So it is important that every day we cultivate daily habits that feed into the person that you want to be in the next 2 or 5 years from now. The compound effect pushes us to do things that add value to our lives, right? So many at times we do things and then we look back and we say, oh, I wasted time, oh, I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done that, and we wallow in our regret. But if we have a plan, a goal, and we are intentional about the habits that we practice, we will see that we are definitely adding value into our lives. And sometimes these habits, they might seem insignificant at the moment, but you have to keep pushing, you have to keep going, because as I said in the beginning, the compound effect is all about small changes and the impact that they can have over time. This principle teaches us a patience, because you know that you're working towards something and you're confident that whatever you're doing on a daily basis is leading you there. So there is a sense of peace, there is a sense of safety, there is even a sense of purpose, because you know that your actions are aligning with who you want to be, with where you want to be, and what you want to achieve. It is very crucial that we actually become aware of what we're doing on a daily basis, right? Ask yourself, is what I'm consuming adding any value to me, to my life? Is what I'm And by consuming, I don't only mean food, but I mean, what is it that you're watching? What is it that you're listening to? What do you spend most of your time doing? Some things you can even start by just listening to a podcast when you're getting ready to go to work. You just play it. It's playing in the background. You'll catch one or two things that will actually have an impact on you. So it is important that we become intentional with our lives. We become intentional with the goals that we set. Just don't, set a goal because everyone else is setting that goal. It's difficult sometimes. It's really hard. You might even feel like giving up, but giving up is not an option. We push through the storm because we will definitely get out of the storm. And what's even more beautiful is we get out of the storm stronger, beautiful, we become refined. So do not be scared of the obstacles that you're going to face, because as long as you have big dreams, as long as you've got big goals, you see the vision, obstacles are going to be there. We cannot avoid the obstacles, but we also have to be prepared, right? We have to be prepared. And we prepare ourselves by doing these habits that fit into the goal. Take a look at this. Athletes just don't hear about a competition, sit back, relax, and wait for the competition to start. It could be said there are competitions in the next 6 months, and months before that, you see them working hard. They're exercising daily. They are mindful of what they eat. They know that they have to keep their bodies in shape. They know what affects their running abilities. They try by all means to make sure that they work hard so that when the day of the race arrives, they are well prepared. It's the same for us. We may not be athletes, You could be doing other things in other fields, but preparation is always important. And preparation comes in the form of these daily habits. You want to become an entrepreneur one day, but you don't even read books on that. You don't even look around to see what entrepreneurs are actually doing, how they started their businesses, the challenges they faced. You have no knowledge of that. How then do you expect yourself to become a successful entrepreneur? You need to be able to make sure that you read around the subject area that that you like, or that you're willing to look into. And so even when you start doing that, it will become easier. When you start, it's not easy, it's difficult. But once our mind get used to learning new things, you stretch it, you get out of your comfort zone, you'll be surprised as to how much you're actually capable of doing. Sadly, some of us give up when we've done like 50% of the work, and then we think it's not working, we're not seeing the results that we desire. Mind you, the change is there, the small changes are there, but you feel like, this is not enough. The amount of work that I've put in, how come I'm only getting this kind of change? It's supposed to be like a big change. You need to be patient, because small changes do have an impact. So keep going, keep doing what you're doing, keep pushing, keep swimming, keeping on. You are going to get there, and you're going to look back and be proud of yourself. You're going to be proud that you started practicing these daily habits. So remember that in everything that you do, everything that you say has the potential to compound into something. It could be compounding into something negative, it could be compounding into something positive. So you need to be careful, and you need to be very much aware of the habits that you're engaging in. Of course, it's not easy to get out of a routine that you're used to. It's not easy to just change. But now, this is the thing, change is inevitable. You will reach a point in your life where you're going to have different desires, where you're going to set new goals. And by the way, you can even set a goal, and whilst you're working towards it, you realize, I need to change this goal. And you do that. Be free to do that. It's okay if you feel like you have to change your goal. You can alter it. What's important is that you have to continue feeding into that goal. It doesn't matter that you've changed it whilst you're working on it. You realize, no, I need to change this, I need to change that. You can do that. You're free to do that. But just remember that when you do that, you also need to constantly put in the work that will help you realize your dream. So the compound effect can either be positive or negative. I mean, that's the interesting thing, right? So imagine you wake up late every day, you do things lackadaisically, you're not enthusiastic about anything. All you do is scroll on social media, or just consume these things that don't even add any value to you. You will definitely see the results of that. Nothing good will come out of that. You're going to be stuck in the same space for a very long time. It becomes frustrating, you get depressed, and the list goes on. So it's important to be aware and to know that habits have an impact. Insignificant changes, but ultimately you will feel the blow when it happens, either good or bad. So just strive to make sure that your daily habits are positive. They're giving you a sense of purpose.